Hello and welcome, my dear friends. Welcome to a review of another beautiful vintage piece. I've just acquired this wonderful piece at an unbelievable price. I think I scored a great deal because for me it is a perfect pen. And today I will show you this wonderful metallic pen which has a pedigree, a German pedigree, but probably an Italian origin. And we will speak about this wonderful Fend fountain pen. If you did not see its unboxing, let me tell you that I got this wonderful pen at an amazing deal. I acquired it for 260 lays, including the shipping cost. So 260 lays, the equivalent of 52.28 euros or 56.33 US dollars. And let me tell you, my friends, it is a wonderful piece. On this channel, I already reviewed this wonderful set, both vintage mechanical pencil and a fountain pen. This was branded Normatic. Let me tell you, my friends, Normatic was an Italian brand for Fend fountain pens. So if you are curious, you can see the review of this set. I will leave a link right on the top of the screen. And also on this channel you saw the review of this Fendograph right over here, also with I believe with the same Italian origin, Fendograph Oro Lamine. Again, I will leave also the link to this video, the review. You can see it at the top of the screen, and I also will leave the review at the end of this video. But returning to our fountain pen, I know that this is a Fend product because right over here at the base of the cap we have Fend. You probably can see Fend and Fabrikat with a K, interesting, with a K. So let me tell you what I think. First of all, the Fend brothers had a shop in Milan, Italy, but the company was founded in 1930s by the German Fend company based in Pforzheim. The Italians from Milan are very known for their overlays, and let me show you the case on this one. You probably can see the overlays are applied using the guilloche technique with alternating polished and matte surfaces, and this is the case of this wonderful pen. And this makes me think it is probably an Italian piece from Milan sold on the German market. Later, it is from the 1930s, my friend. If those you see here are both button fillers, this time this is a piston filler. So this, I think, is specific to the German market. As a side note, most of the pens, or in this case this is a multi ballpoint pen with different colors, and most of them you find from the 1950s, they were made all in Germany. This is a silver one, not a sterling silver, because it's not 925 but only 900, the content of. We have Pat and Jim Fend. This is a wonderful one. Look at this logo, a late logo, probably from the 1950s. So this was surely made in Germany, like a side note. And I believe that also, although it has this guilloche metallic technique, it was also sold for the German market. And I already showed you the beautiful guilloche technique overlay, a wonderful piece. It has multi surface is very nice. The cap unscrew like this, and it reveals two of my favorite things from this pen. So first of all, it reveals a wonderful ink window, but it is not a simple ink window. I will take my light to show you what kind of a wonderful thing we have here. And I'm not so sure, but the piston is let me put the light down, because I believe that, so the piston is at the end, so I will put it to the initial position. This is a blind cap made out of metal, but inside we have that plastic, and it reveals this turning knob, and I will turn the piston, and now you can admire the beautiful ink window. And as I light it for the other side, it looks like a basket. Very nice ink window, my friends. And the second element that made me fall in love with this pen is the nib, my friends. And if you can zoom, let me zoom, in fact, to show you the tines, my dear friends. The tines shows us that we have an oblique nib, probably an oblique medium nib. This nib has also some engravings on it, and as soon as I can focus this camera, probably we can see them. Let me see, sorry about this, my friends. We have a warranted, yes, you can now see, a warranted 14 karat first quality nib with a very beautiful breathing hole in the shape of a heart. I did not test to see if this piston filler draws ink, but certainly we will do a nice writing sample with it. And for the writing sample, I thought to myself to use a Faber-Castell pink ink, but don't worry, my friends, it is a dark pink, almost like it is a dark pink because it was contaminated with some blue dark ink. But I hope that we can write some interesting things with it. So without further delay, my friends, let me first show this nice metallic one. Let me compare this pen with another piston filler, this time a modern piston filler, for you to have an idea about the dimensions of this Fend pen. So I will put it side by side with the Mont Blanc 146 Meisterstück from 1983. Again, another piston filler with a wonderful ink window. In comparison with this pen, this seems like a lady size pen. It is much smaller, but it feels quite nice in the hand, although its metallic is not such a heavy pen. In fact, it is very well balanced, and I can hardly wait to write with it. So for the writing sample, let me change the angle of the camera, my friends, like this, and I will take also my notepad right over here, my dear friends. Okay, now I'm ready for the writing sample. So let me open this ink. This is by the way, a very affordable ink. If you can find it, I highly recommend it. It's very nice. Okay, as you can see, it has a dark shade of pink. We will see how it writes. It doesn't write like a pink, it's more like a velvet one. You will see in a few moments. So my dear friends, let me take out this blind cap, and let me take the piston to the filling position like this. Now I will insert the pen in ink, and I will try to see if I can fill it up with ink. And it appears we have some ink. We'll see. Now I will remove the excess of the ink. I will put this aside here. Remember, my friends, always put back the cap of the ink bottle. Now I will put back this blind cap. And I told you it is quite light, so probably I will right with it post-it. It posts quite well, as you can see. Okay, my friends, what do we have here? A little zoom, like this. So, my dear friends, here we have a Fend metallic pen. It is a piston filler, so a piston filler with an ink window. Probably it was made in Milan, Italy, by the Italian branch of the Fend company, which, by the way, it is from Germany. And like I told you, my friends, based on the fact that we have a piston filler with an ink window, I think that the overlay was executed in Italy, but probably it was sold in Germany. This particular piece is from the late 1930s, and I say that based also on the piston filler. You probably know that the first piston filler was the Pelican in 1929, and probably by the beginning of the 1930s, the main trend in Germany was the piston filler with an ink window. This particular one has, so it has engraved on it Fend and interesting Fabrikat. Fabrikat with a K. And it makes me think of German Fabrikat. This is fitted with a first quality gold nib, 14 karat 585, and it seems to me like an oblique medium nib. It is a very, very nice nib. Let me see if we have some line variants, and I will try to see. So definitely we have a little flex to it, little flex. Although it is an oblique nib one, and it already has some, let's say, some thicker lines than other. You will see what I mean in a few seconds. So a little flex is present. It is also a very, very wet nib, as you can see, very nice. And now let's test if we have some line variance. Right here I'm not applying pressure, and here I'm starting to apply pressure. So you probably can see no visible line variance. Being a very juicy nib, it should do the signatures quite well, and you can see it does the signatures quite nice. And now I'm curious to see if this oblique nib can reverse write. So reverse writing. Well, I'm quite amazed, my friends. In reverse writing, it seems to write like an extra fine one, and in normal, it is like an oblique medium nib. The reverse writing, what can I tell you? It doesn't scratch, but you can see it loses a little bit its ink flow. So probably you can reverse write, but for short periods of time. It certainly wasn't designed for reverse writing. Now, my dear friends, let me tell you about the Fox. And I want to write as large as I can. Probably you can see how an oblique medium nib writes. This is a very, very beautiful nib. And probably you know that I am in love with oblique nibs. So the quick brown fox jumps over the let me show you, the lazy dog. I will zoom a little bit out for you to see the whole sentence. So the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Let me tell you, my friends, I think that this pen, although it's from the late 1930s, so almost 100 years old, I believe this will stand the test of time. Of course, if it will be on the hands of a right person that doesn't mistreat it. I think that this will outlive me and will be here after 100 years. So, a very, very well executed pen, a beautiful, beautiful pen. And let me tell you, my friends, it is an honor to have this in my collection. So, this was its review. I want to wish you have a nice day, my dear friends. Have a nice day, my dear friends, wherever you are. I thank you for your time. This was the review of a wonderful, wonderful German fountain pen with some nice details made in Milan, Italy. This is my thoughts on it. It is a wonderful, wonderful piece. And I highly recommend, if you don't have in your collection a Fend vintage piece, try it, because they certainly built some nice durable pieces. So this was the review of the Fend Fabrikat. Thank you guys for your time. I want to wish you to have a wonderful day wherever you are. I will see you in the next episode. Till then, bye bye, my dear friends, and God bless you all.